Margaret Josephs claims that the altercation between Danielle Cabral and Jennifer Aydin went too far. Last Thursday, September 21st, a fight broke out between the two women. It led to them being suspended, but now Margaret is speaking out on her thoughts on everything. Read on for more details. Season 14 of RHONJ was put on hold initially as it seemed that Bravo did not know what to do with casting. They had a battle between Melissa Gorga and Teresa Giudice. Teresa claimed that she would never see Melissa ever again, and fans started to wonder what this meant exactly. In the end, the filming schedule was pushed back, and then all of the women were welcomed back with things starting up again. Of course, Melissa and Teresa have mostly kept their distance, but no one would have anticipated what would come next. Teresa Giudice held an event on September 21st, and that changed everything in the RHONJ world. Danielle and Jennifer got into a verbal altercation which eventually turned physical. This led to blood being shed and the two women being suspended. That suspension was lifted, and now Margaret Josephs is speaking up about the incident. According to Page 6, Marge spoke to Us Weekly. She had this to say about the whole situation: "I think it's unacceptable and it's gone too far." More so, Josephs went on to add, "It's not necessary. We're all grown adults and it's not of the climate. It's not acceptable. We're all grown women. Everyone has to be able to control themselves." Apparently, the cast had collectively agreed not to get aggressive and physical with each other. Margaret Josephs has been there for hair pulling and wine glass throwing, so she knows what these women are capable of. However, she seemed to believe that those days were behind them. It seems that they are not just yet. As of now, it is unclear if the altercation will be shown during season 14 of RHONJ. However, it would only make sense after they made such a big deal about it that viewers would get to see it for themselves. Margaret Josephs has yet to say whose side she was on in the altercation, though she clearly wishes it has not happened. Fortunately, it is behind them and they can only move forward. As for what the rest of the season holds, that should be interesting. Are you shocked that this happened between Danielle and Jennifer of all people? More so, can you believe it is Margaret pressing for peace after she pushed someone's husband into the pool? Let us know in the comments below. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kim Zolciak is shooting fire at Croy Beerman, claiming she has the reason the divorce won't hold up. Unsurprisingly, the quarreling couple is having another round of disagreement, but on a new topic this time. Now Kim Zolciak says the whole thing is a sham because the couple is still having sex. Recently, Croy Beerman received an offer to make a little extra money. For one night only, Kings of Hustler in Las Vegas offered Croy a chance to make $150,000 plus tips. Reportedly, TMZ said Kings of Hustler manager, Brittany Rose, said he would just need 15 minutes, and he could rake in $150,000 for stripping. Also, the tips on top of the base pay make it a pretty sweet money-making venture. Requiring him to strip down to his underwear, he would give the crowd lap dances. She also suggested he target the big spenders since the tips would be better. Additionally, he would ride on the club's Golden Boner, which is a mechanical bull device that is shaped like, well, what it sounds like. Kings of Hustler in Las Vegas sent Croy Beerman the offer on September 20th, but Rose said at that point he hadn't accepted the offer yet. However, Croy Beerman and Kim Zolciak may need to consider this offer to pay their bills. However, according to Kim Zolciak, Croy Beerman is eager to remove his clothes. Reportedly, TMZ obtained court documents where Kim Zolciak says she and Croy Beerman have repeatedly been banging. Important to remember that this is the second time her estranged hubby has filed for divorce from her this year. Admittedly, Kim says the last time they got it on was within the past weeks on September 7. And while she says it is all good beneath the sheets, they are still in the middle of divorce proceedings. She is annoyed that the case hasn't been dismissed since Croy's claim of the marriage being irretrievably broken is deceptive. She argues that if it is so broken, then why is he still having sex with her? Likewise, she expresses that it can't be that bad if they are still living under the same roof. While Croy has filed for divorce twice, most recently on August 24, gambling problems are at the root. Allegedly, Kim Zolciak's temptation to gamble away their money has led them down the path to financial ruin. He just wants off the roller coaster. Kim doesn't seem to realize the seriousness of the issue. Presently, she continues to wear her wedding ring. She seems to be in denial and insists they are going to work things out. Do you think Kim Zolciak is in denial, or do you think they are working things out beneath the sheets? Is Kim Zolciak willing to seek help to address her gambling if it will save her marriage? Drop your comments below. Shannon Beador's ex is now in a very troubling situation. First, Shannon was struggling with her DUI arrest after a hit and run. Now the person closest to her has his own mess to take care of, and it has nothing to do with Beador. Read on for more details on the situation. It has been a rough time for Shannon Beador and all who are close to her. Many friends and co-stars have reached out, offering her a place to stay and bringing her food. She has been struggling since her DUI arrest and is even facing animal cruelty charges. Sadly, when she received her DUI, her pup, Archie, was in the car with her. Constantly by that RHOC star's side has been her ex-boyfriend, Janssen. He has taken her to doctor's appointments and has literally been her rock. Unfortunately, things have taken a turn in his life, and now he has more on his plate than before. According to Yahoo, Janssen's son was just arrested in Newport Beach for felony vandalism. This happened exactly 1 week after Shannon's DUI arrest, so the timing could not have been worse. Just 10 days before his son, Joe, was arrested, there had been complaints of vandalism. Therefore, he was arrested so that he could be questioned and was later released on $20,000 bail. Joe faces 3 years in prison if he is found guilty of the crime. Janssen already has been the constant in Shannon Beador's life, always there for whatever she needs. However, it also seems that she was trying to keep up with John's lifestyle. Good friend Jeff Lewis claimed that because he is semi-retired, Shannon seemed to feel the need to be up with him at all hours of the night. She stopped thinking about herself and what was best in the long run. Now John has to worry about Shannon and Joe. All of season 17 of RHOC, Shannon Beador has been freaking out over people discussing her and John's relationship. She maintains that he is very private and does not want their personal business out there. However, it appears that is not always so kind to her, so maybe it is better that they are no longer together. Yet, Emily Simpson alleged that they were back on, just keeping it quiet for the time being. Only time will tell. Are you shocked at the mess that is John's life right now? Let us know and watch RHOC Wednesdays on Bravo. Gina Kirschenheiter is finally speaking out on her co-star, Shannon Beador's DUI arrest. This season has been extremely rough for the two women. Additionally, Shannon's drinking has come into play many times. Once she got arrested, fans were chomping at the bit to hear what Gina had to say. Now she has opened up at what was on her mind. Read on for more details. During season 17, Shannon Beador's RHOC castmates noticed her drinking had become a bit much. Even Tamra Judge had talked about it prior to returning for this season. This was a bit of an issue for the two former friends who had spent a few years apart, struggling. Luckily, they found their way back to each other, but the rest of the ladies saw that Shannon was spiraling some. She would forget who she had called to vent about her relationship with Janssen, then lash out. In regards to Gina, things really got messy when Shannon Beador mentioned her DUI from 2019. It was at a party that Gina and Emily Simpson did not attend. As Beador was recalling the story, she shared how she helped Gina find a great attorney at the last minute. More so, she alleged that had she not, CPS would have come to take her kids, which was apparently a lie. Furthermore, Shannon denied ever saying that. When Shannon was arrested for a DUI, viewers wanted to know if Gina was relishing in this. According to People, Gina shared her thoughts on her podcast, Orange Country, with Shane McAnally. You and I both can relate to what's happening here. Sympathize to what's happening here. Yes, obviously, we can't ignore the irony of it, which is major, Gina began. Yet, regardless of the drama between the ladies, Gina still feels for Shannon. But honestly, at the end of the day, I just don't have it in me. I'm not going to kick someone when they're down, and I've been down. I know where she's at right now. It's not a good place to be, mentally, emotionally. Initially, upon hearing the devastating news of the DUI arrest, which included a hit and run, Gina Kirschenheiter was just grateful no one was seriously hurt. Shannon Beador has been seen with a bruise on her head, and it seems her arm may be broken as well. However, Gina maintains that she won't throw this in her face the way that Shannon has done to her. At the end of the day, Gina is willing to help Shannon the way she helped her, but I know that I will support her and I will be there to help her however I can to try and help her get back up. What do you think of Gina taking the high road in this situation? Let us know and watch part 1 of the RHOC reunion Wednesday on Bravo.